Just last night, she was literally flipping out. I mean, AOC really likes to stomp her feet, right, when she does not get her way. And it's kind of sort of endemic, right, for the entire Democrat Party. It's their way or the highway, and they're really not willing to go along with anyone else for anything else. And so consequently, in this case, they lost. They lost big time. They lost in 16 as well. And when they lost in 16, they decided that they were just going to say, oh, not my president. Not my president, really. I mean, that in and of itself is what initiated, if you ask me, the entire discussion that really put this entire country in jeopardy. I mean, that was the destruction, frankly, of democracy. That was her right from the beginning. So this crackpot, I mean, forgive my French, I just can't believe that AOC is actually in the position of power that she is. She was doing this little thing online and trying to basically, I don't know if she's getting paid by Blue Sky. I think some of these people have deals with Blue Sky, which is like a social media app for Dems. She went on and started flipping out. She's like hyperventilating because Trump's about to become president. Watch.
Well, we are on the eve of an authoritarian administration. This is what 21st century fascism is starting to look like. Republicans really model themselves after Orban's Hungary. And so you can look to see how Viktor Orban runs Hungary to get a taste of how they will try to govern and control media and companies in the United States. And this is kind of an entree to that. As far as what we do, this is a time of experimentation. A lot of people will still use platforms, can still use platforms. But I also look towards places where you have more ownership as well and develop your audiences there. Like Blue Sky, you own your audience. It's a protocol, decentralized protocol, newsletters, email.
I mean, it's sort of funny, right? Like she's trying to give people advice on how to run your social media platform. Wow. Oh. She ought to invest in gold. Really, I mean, and she's not worried about things. I do invest in gold. I always invest in gold. I know it's higher right now. It's actually had this tremendous run up. I think because of just some of the fundamental flaws, right, that are going on in our economy with all of this spending, and also a lot of emerging market countries around the world seeking alternatives because they don't fully trust the Biden administration. I mean, maybe things will change to a certain extent with Trump now in, but it doesn't change my fundamental outlook on the inflation scenario and the need for me, at least in my own personal life, to be able to make sure that my investments and my savings are keeping pace with inflation overall. Because, even on the good days, we're still going up around 2%. So if you feel that way as well, you can call my friends at American Heart for Gold, or you can text Trish to, let me give you the number here, it's on the screen, 65532. You can get up to $15,000 actually in free silver with qualifying offers. 1-844-495-1115 is their number. Again, 1-844-495-1115. But yeah, I'll just say, like, overall, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, we're coming into, look at that. I've got a picture of Donald Trump's mugshot on the screen because I want to remind you sort of where we've been and where we're going, because this was a really tumultuous, difficult, horrible time. I think to be a Republican, to be a Trump supporter, you were sort of well, let's see if we have Joe Scarborough saying it, because he told us over and over again just exactly what he thought.
I vote for Donald Trump in 2024, and I've said it on my show, I'll say it here, they're knowingly voting for a fascist. They're voting for a racist. They're voting for somebody that wants to put this country 200 years in the back. And so I'm not trying to figure them out. I'm trying to figure out how we get people out who love democracy, who love freedom, who love the rights of all Americans, how to get them to the voting booth, because that's how we save our country.
Wow. So just to be clear, that comment from him was made just a few weeks before the election. Right, so that was the tenor. That was where people were. Like somehow, if you supported Trump, that you were a racist, that you believed in fascism, that you were the lowest of the low. So they were trying to cut off half the country. The reality is they had a candidate that was terrible, both in Joe Biden and in Kamala Harris. They had a policy situation that was clearly awful from an inflation standpoint, from a border standpoint, and from an international standpoint. So they had literally nothing to run on other than, he's a fascist. He's going to take away your rights. He's not going to allow gay marriage. He's not going to allow this, that, and the other. I mean, Trump's like, you know what? Just fix the country, for God's sakes. That's all we need to do, right? Listen to him.
Our sovereignty will be reclaimed. Our safety will be restored. The scales of justice will be rebalanced. The vicious, violent, and unfair weaponization of the Justice Department and our government will end. And our top priority will be to create a nation that is proud, prosperous, and free.
Yes.
America will soon be greater, stronger, and far more exceptional than ever before. I return to the presidency confident and optimistic that we are at the start of a thrilling new era of national success. A tide of change is sweeping the country. Sunlight is pouring over the entire world. And America has the chance to seize this opportunity like never before.
And we will, right? I mean, we're going to seize this opportunity. He's got a smart team. They've been working really hard to make sure that they were ready for this day. He is ready like he has never been ready before. America is ready like America's never been ready before. So good things ahead. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, good things ahead. I mean, there is a lot of reason for optimism. I hope that if you haven't subscribed, make sure that you subscribe and make sure you hit that bell, because I'm here live every day. We really are on the front lines of history. And you know what? We're growing. 525,000 subs, my gosh, and still counting thanks to your commitment. This is all organic. This is no marketing. This is just Trish and you. All right? So do your part. Make a comment. Let me know what you think. Are you ready for a very different future? Because there's a lot of greatness to come. God bless America. God bless our new president. God bless you. I will see you right back here on the program again tomorrow live, as always.